Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith. We'll watch the Miami Heat in this one as they go up against the Pacers in Indianapolis. Indiana has not been playing their best basketball. They lost Game 1 in this matchup earlier this season. They'll see them 4 times in all, looking to even the series with a win tonight. Somebody we're going to be keeping an eye on tonight. What a story for this guy, Hassan Whiteside. He was a journeyman, and then last season, man, just exploded back onto the NBA scene. What do you make of what you've seen of Whiteside, Shaq?
You know, Ernie, he's got incredible height and wingspan. He's 7 foot. He blocks a ton of shots. Gets better every year, gets better every game. He's getting more comfortable. And you can be comfortable in Miami when it's 80 degrees all the time.
Without question. But if he can control his emotions and take that emotional energy and use it into his play, then he could be a real dominant center in the NBA.
Yeah, I think that was the problem early on in his career. It wasn't the ability. It was more just mentally if he was locked into the game and what his attitude was.
He looks locked in now, man. He looks locked in. I like him. He's going to be a top 5 center in the next 3 years.
I think he'll be better than Shaq before it's all said and done.
Ernie, whatever you're drinking in that cup, get rid of it.
Yes.
It's affecting your judgment.
That'll do it for now as we send you to Kevin Harlan, who's got the call.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
It's NBA basketball on 2K Sports. We're glad you could join us on this exciting Friday night matchup. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. It's the Miami Heat facing the Indiana Pacers. They're still compensating for the loss of Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, I hear you, Kevin, but really it's an issue for both teams in regards to the injury situation. So it's a matter of which team can rise up and show the fortitude necessary to play through the injuries and still come out on top.
And there's probably a lot of sympathy these teams have for one another. They're both going through it, if you will, at the same time.
So here's Miami's starting group. Dang and Bosh, your small and power forwards. Jimmy Butler is out there with Lowry, and it's the closer in at the 5 down low. Now here's Roden, passes it to Allen. Clock at 6. The 3. Roten, no good. Well, guys, what a nice surprise Tony Roten was last season, especially effective taking over at the point, Clark, with Michael Carter-Williams gone.
Yeah, Roten put up a career-high 5 assists per game and really worked hard at the defensive end as well. He's one of the few talents on the Sixers roster that hadn't been traded away.
We're about 1 minute into the first. For Indiana, they come into this one following a loss to Golden State.
And listen, you have to take advantage of the freebies. And on that night, they did not, and that is why they just could not recover.
Exactly. I mean, they left too much cheese at the foul line. And in the end, it mattered on the scoreboard and cost them.
Now here's Turner. He's coming off a 10-point game against Golden State.
And he also made an impact on defense, guys. 3 block shots over the course of the game.
No one covering.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Here's Roten. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Golden State.
And not just the scoring. It was also how fierce he was on defense, grabbing 3 steals on the night as well.
Now here is Lowry, following the miss by Miles Turner. Now the dish to Butler. Off target with his 3. Looking at Miami, they took their win in their last game against the Hornets in Charlotte.
And believe it or not, it wasn't the stars that led the charge for them in that win. It was about the role players. I mean, the guys who they don't usually count on for the lion's share of their points came through.
Guys, simply a complete team performance, and road wins where everybody contributes really can galvanize a team and bring it together.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Out to Turner. It's Ellis on the wing. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast. He'd have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Here's the screen. Well, their pass it to Deng. Boom, he jams it straight down.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Evans outside. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that. And guys, Tyreek Evans is so versatile. Great instincts, well-developed skill set. He can beat you every way you turn.
One shot, gentlemen.
That one misses for Evans. And back to Tyreek Evans. He's a big, muscular guy for a wing. 7-foot wingspan, that arm span we've all admired and read so much about. Too strong for off guards, too quick for small forwards. He's kind of got a ubiquitous position.
He does. And Kevin, you know, it's funny. A lot of people have tried to place him in a box in terms of position. Instead of just saying he's a basketball player, the guy's strong, he's got tremendous physical attributes. Combine that with the ball handling and his confidence, and it gives you an interesting mix. I mean, he's one of the more unique, multifaceted guys we have in our league.
Here's Ellis, and he hits it to tie the game up. Ellis has got his second bucket tonight.
And you can see the importance of that steal. I mean, really a 4-point turnaround with the conversion at the other end right there.
Yeah, the importance of the defense there. Instead of giving up the bucket and having that 5-point deficit, all of a sudden, we got a tie ball game.
Bosh misses.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now. That is really poor defensive awareness. I mean, he's one guy you don't want to give any space to. You've got to stay attached and connected.
Now here is Lowry. An 11-point game for him in the win against Charlotte.
Yeah, and it seemed like he spent about half the game shooting free throws. Credit him for really taking it to the defense.
Shots good by Turner.
Superb playmaking from Monte Ellis. That dish was right on time.
Lowry dishes to Bosh. And there's the pass to the closer. And they get it. Count that one.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
Roden kicks to Evans. Allen, a screen on Deng to the middle. Allen passes to Roden. And the shot falls short this time. And the foul on Miles Turner. That's his first foul.
And that's an aggressive play to try to get the rebound. Just a little too aggressive.
And unnecessary. That's over the top. That's doing too much, Greg. He wasn't in good position there, and he was never going to get the ball. He just wasted a foul.
Now here's Lowry. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Well, they're passing to the closer. Bosh dishes to Deng. Here's the closer. And Turner with the block. Ellis left side. And the foul on Monte Ellis. That's his first foul.
In a tough league like the NBA, here's where Miami sits right now in the league ranking. First in opponent field goal percentage. second in opponent points per game, and they're in the top 10 in rebound. This is a team that does a good job getting on the glass.
And go back to their top-notch defense. They just smother you and impose their will on you. A lot of nights it seems like teams don't even know what hit them.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. Well, a scary moment for Chris Bosh last year. Had to be shut down, Greg, as we all know, for the season after a blood clot was found in his lung.
You know, and Kevin, it really puts basketball in perspective. I mean, it happened right after the trade deadline, and obviously a huge blow to the Heat in terms of their push for the postseason. But fortunately, it looks like he's going to make a full recovery and have a huge impact this season.
And that one falls for Bosh.
You know, the Heat never really came back after losing Bosh. His presence on both ends of the floor is hard to replace, and they missed him a bunch.
Rodney Stuckey's checked in for Ellis. And Miami with a change here, too. Brandon Jennings, he's checked in for Kyle Lowry. And so Bosh nails both of them.
Hey, guys, I know I speak for everybody. Glad to see Chris Bosh back out on the floor. I mean, blood clots can be a very scary thing for anyone, and I think everyone is happy he's been able to make a full recovery.
So timeout called here, the first for Indiana. They faced off right here last time they met, but the home team just couldn't pull out the win.
And really a resounding loss the last time they matched up. They got absolutely manhandled on the boards.
And Greg, you know how it is. At some point, you just got to man up and play with a lot more aggressiveness and toughness and pride inside.
Now here's Stuckey. Coming in off a 10-point game his last outing. Roten kicks to Turner. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Here's Roten. The Heat getting the bucket. He feeds it to Turner. Shoots from the right block and off the glass. That one's good. Turner's got 5 men. And so here is Miami. They trail by 1. Butler kicks to Dang. There's a good screen. Pass to Jennings. The feed now to Butler. Jennings sets the screen for Butler. Dang for 3. No good. And Indiana will come the other way. Stuckey passes to Evans. Basket is good. The assist from Stuckey. And now a 4-point Pacer lead.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Here's Bosh. And the layup falls.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Indiana's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Evans dishes to Roten. Shot clock at 6. Bank shot, no good. Miami's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Jennings with the bucket.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
Now here's Evans. He's coming off a 19-point game against Golden State. Stuckey can't get it to go. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Kevin, I was able to speak with Eric Spoelstra for a moment. He said that one of the players they're keying in on defensively is Rodney Stuckey, adding he loves to use his size and his strength to play bully ball inside and get himself to the line. We've got to be physical with him without fouling. Guys, that'll take discipline. We'll see if they can strike the right balance on defense.
Thanks, Doris. Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Mahinmi's checked in for Allen. Lance Stevenson comes in for Tyreek Evans. Young is subbed in for Roten. Now here's Turner. 5 points in the game. 11 feet away. Stoudemire grabs the miss.
Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
The drive by Jennings. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Now, here is Young. Turner with a screen on Jennings. Stevenson with a clean look. Off target from three-point range.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
Butler on the way, defended by Young. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Yeah, Clark, quality looks at the rim. That's fueling this run.
You know, Jimmy Butler is one of those guys who had to overcome major odds just to get to the NBA. Reportedly, his father abandoned the family when Jimmy was an infant. Mom kicked Jimmy out when he was 13. The obstacles and adversity go on, yet he's made it and made it big.
And that one misses. And going back to Jimmy Butler, there were just so many times when he was set up to fail. He was not heavily recruited out of high school. He was even homeless when he was in high school in the Houston area. Went to a junior college, then Marquette, now in the NBA. So he played his freshman year at a junior college, which I think humbled him just a bit, but maybe gave him that work ethic that is so much, Greg, a part of his game now.
And Kevin, the talent was there, and most of all, as we see how he dealt with adversity, the heart was there. He blocked out the distractions, and finally transferred to a major college and worked his way into becoming a first-round pick.
Here's Tucker. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Shot clock at 3. Again, the miss by the Heat. Indiana trailing here. Stevenson outside. Rodney Stuckey on the wing. Pass to Mahinmi. Back to Stuckey. From deep. Can't hit. And it's Miami the other way. 1:10 left here in the first quarter. Out to the right wing. Fires from the corner, and he gets it to go. And the Heat lead by 4.
Boy, you got to love that nice assist by Jennings.
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Stevenson right side. The kick out to Young. The tray. Miami grabs the miss. We've got 33 seconds left here in the first quarter. It's taken away by Stuckey. Here's Stevenson. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
He's had trouble putting up the same numbers from the foul line that he put up last season.
And the first one at the line is good. And so he's able to get 1 of 2. The Heat leading by 3. Left side, Butler. Good work defensively by Stuckey.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
And Young kicks to Stuckey. And here's Stevenson for 3. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Heat lead by 3. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And now a chance to hear from Chris Bosh about what it meant to him to become an NBA player, the fulfillment of a lifelong dream.
I was obsessed with the NBA as a kid, and just like I would have died to get in that locker room, you know. So I always have a moment just sitting around and, you know, just not taking things for granted and really taking everything in. And, you know, I couldn't have written the script any better.
What a great cut from Chris Bosh. That's the kind of guy you can't help, Greg, but love for his attitude and ability to be, you know, in touch with that kid he once was. I know you played the same way. Chris Bosh is living the dream like you did and loving it.
It's a great point, Kevin. And I think most of the guys in the league feel that same way. I mean, they may not be able to say it or articulate it as smoothly as Chris does,
sure.
but inside every NBA player is a kid who's still thrilled to wear the uniform and play the game they love.
And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Heat?
I tell you what, defensively, they have been in tune with one another as intense as I've seen.
Yeah, nice job helping out on the rotations and drives, doing really good work at the defensive end.
On the floor for Miami, the closer is out there with Whiteside. Then it's P.J. Tucker. Then there's Lowry. And it's Jennings in at the 2 guard. Well, you look back at the 2015 Heat, and the injuries are what probably brought that team down. We can go from Chris Bosh with the debilitating blood clot on his lung and on and on and on. The loss, of course, which was not an injury, of LeBron James. There are a lot of moving parts with that team.
And that's a great point, Kevin. If you take any star off of teams, things are going to get difficult. It was impressive that the Heat still managed to stay competitive once Bosh went out.
Here's Stevenson after the made shot from Kyle Lowry. 6 on the shot clock. Stolen by Tucker. And now Lowry running the floor all by himself. And the rejection by Evans. Ellis goes in and stolen by Whiteside. Now Lowry. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. And Tucker has it in the corner. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. Tucker's got his second basket of the night.
You know, Bosh was the big injury hit for the Heat, but they had a lot of other injuries as well. I mean, had to use 31 different starting lineups last season, and 20 different players started at least one game.
Now here's Ellis. We saw him with 19 points his last outing.
Taking a look back over the last month, Kevin, let's see how Indiana stacked up. 4th in blocks, 13th in assists. And as far as team scoring goes, they've struggled a bit. Top 20 in the league. There's room to get better there.
You know, you talked about their spot in the shot blocking rankings. Their length and presence inside is not to be taken lightly. And trust me, their opponents are very conscious of it every time they drive the ball.
Now here's Jennings. Down low. Look at that jam! I mean, just beautiful.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, I used to love to go up and jam like that.
And so here is Indiana after the Heat pick up 2. 6 to shoot. Evans against Lowry. That's good, and the Heat lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Evans. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Lowry kicks it to Tucker. Feeds it to Bosh. Pass to the closer. No one near Jennings as he lets it fly. Bosh passes to the closer. Ellis on the double team. Kicks to Tucker. Good ball movement here by Miami. There's the pick. It's Jennings with the drive. can't convert after the good screen.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
Now here's Ellis. And you know the points will always be there for him. He's averaging just a shade under 20 points a game right now.
They're having much more success here in the second after missing on a few chances than they had earlier. They've locked in and zoned in here now.
Lowry drives in, and Turner with the block, and they'll keep possession. Lowry kicks to Jennings. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. And it's 7 points for Brandon Jennings.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Now here's Turner. He has 5. They set the pick. Stevenson outside. Elbow shot. Shot is good, and the Heat's lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket for Monte Ellis.
Monte Ellis getting it done. Wow.
Monte Ellis has always had a knack for the big shot. When things are on the line, he is a guy that is not afraid to step up.
And Kevin, last season, he had a number of big second halves and fourth quarters for the Mavs. Really took over that primary scoring role from Dirk Nowitzki. Stole a lot of games from him last season.
Yeah, Monte did have a lot of big second halves for the Mavs last season. Seems like at least half a dozen games for them, he would just take over. Started to get looked at as the top go-to guy late.
And for Monte, it makes sense to go to him late in games. He's so fast that he can create a shot anytime he wants. And very rarely does he not give you a chance to win with just one shot remaining.
2 shots.
That's good from Turner. Houghton's checked in for Indiana. And Miami also making a switch. Deng's checked in. All free throws good from Turner. Well, the Pacers, despite all their injuries from last season, were right in the playoff hunt until the very end. Had a chance, in fact, GA, on the last day to sneak in, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, they needed a Brooklyn loss to go along with them winning that last game. Ultimately, though, it wasn't in the cards for them, and they ended a game out of the postseason.
And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Deng.
And who doesn't love stats? Here are some numbers for Brandon Jennings. Getting around 12 points a game, 6 assists, and 2 rebounds. They're loving how he's running the show here. His sensational passing really breathing life into their offense.
You know, the scheme just seems to run much more smoothly when he's in the game because he knows where everybody is at all times.
Now here's Evans. He's got 10.
And, you know, the Pacers had made the playoffs in each of the last 4 seasons prior to last year's miss. Hard for a team that was coming off back-to-back conference finals appearances to stomach that. But with the injuries, they'll be better and back in the playoffs next year, I'm sure.
And really, it's going to be more of a reload than a rebuild situation for the Pacers. You would have to imagine their goal isn't just to get back to the playoffs, but to get back to being a conference final participant.
And he can't get the first one.
I tell you, Luol Deng is not exceptional in any one area, but really doesn't have any weaknesses either. I think he's been one of the most complete small forwards over the past decade in the league.
He hits the second from the line. Talking about Luol Deng, his consistency year to year has been outstanding. Over 11 seasons, Greg, if you look at his averages across every category, they're remarkably similar.
And here's a guy who can score from anywhere. Great mid-range game, makes plays for his teammates, rebounds at both ends. He is versatile and bankable.
Last season was possibly the best of Tyreek Evans' career, at least since his unbelievable rookie campaign.
Yeah, and Kev, a lot of that has to do with his injury history. I mean, last year he played in 79 games. That's the most of his career. So you could say it was probably the healthiest season he's had since he was a rookie.
And that one falls for Evans.
You know, back to Tyreek Evans last year, he had a big jump in three-point percentage. He was also up in assists, rebounds, really did a lot of good things. The only bad news, he was also up in turnovers.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Stoudemire's checked in for the closer, and it's Butler in for Brandon Jennings. And it's tied up with that one.
And talking about Tyreek Evans, you really hope he can build on what he did last year. He has too much talent to waste on inconsistency. Time for him to just step up here in the prime of his career.
And that one's good.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Now here's Roden looking for his first basket still in this one. And a wide open look here for Ellis. And once again off the mark by Indiana. Miami's gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Dang dishes to Bosh. Butler attacking, and the rejection by Mahinmi. It's out of bounds to the Heat as Miami retains possession. And Indiana making a change here. Stuckey's checked in.
Just some amazing stats put up by Chris Bosh early in his career, but having been in the shadow of LeBron and D. Wade over the past few seasons, one wonders if Bosh is now a little bit underrated. He's talented and gives you everything you want from the power forward spot.
Turner against Stoudemire. Bosh passes to Lowry. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Looking to get it going. That one off the back iron and out. We're getting back to Chris Bosh. It's always difficult to reshape your game around a superstar teammate. I mean, just ask Kevin Love last year.
You know, it's such a good point. When you think about Bosh, you know, he isn't the kind of guy who demands special attention. You know, he's not mugging for the press. He's not out there for himself. He just really lets his play speak for itself. And you won't find many bigs who are as versatile as he is. And much underrated, I think, as a pick-and-roll defender.
Now here's Dang, following the shot by Evans. And there's Lowry. That's good on the assist by Dang. Dang's got 3 assists now in this one. Pacers trail by 5. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Dishes it to Mahinmi. On the wing, Stuckey. He kicks it to Turner. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
The drive by Lowry, and that one's good. Lowry's got 7 points in the game.
He's really starting to ramp it up now, getting involved in the offense here after being held without a point in the first.
Stuckey outside. He dishes it to Evans. Out to the wing. There's the pass to Mahinmi. On the wing, Stuckey. And they will call over the back on the play.
Already he's looking at his 3rd foul. I think the coach will probably look to sit him down until the 3rd quarter.
Young's checked in for Tyreek Evans. And Miami also making a switch. Whiteside's checked in for Chris Bosh. The Heat leading by 5. Outside Lowry. Inside and stolen by Roden. And oh, here we go. Young's got it, the fast break chance. Jimmy Butler comes up with the rebound.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
Lavoy Allen's checked in for Indiana. Miami with the ball. It's a 5-point game. Here's Butler. 13 feet away, and the jumper falls for him. Butler's got 8. The Pacers have gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. They set the pick, and Young kicks to Roten. Can't get it to go. Good work defensively by Stoudemire. Dang against Stuckey. Good work defensively by Stuckey.
Well, I think it's been said about 1,000 times now how Coach Spoelstra started as a video coordinator with the Heat, but he's been with the organization for so long, they are starting to become synonymous.
Like as you said, Spoelstra has been with the Heat for so long now in his 8th season. He was handpicked by Pat Riley to lead the team, and Clark kind of molded him in his image.
Yeah, and it was clear that Pat Riley believes in him and continues to believe in him. Coach Spoelstra has had very high expectations on his shoulders ever since taking over the team, and he's actually lived up to them.
And Rodney Stuckey, a combo guard out of Eastern Washington, played a big role for the Pacers a season ago.
And so Stuckey nails both of them. You were talking about Stuckey. He did play well in his first year with the Pacers. Clark, he helped them as a starter and off the bench.
Yeah, really had his most efficient year scoring the ball to date. And more than his scoring and what he brought on the court, his presence in the locker room and professionalism. You talk to the people around the Pacers, he was a breath of fresh air on a team that has a number of fresh air guys.
And just another example, Kevin, of how they built this lead, just outworking.
Greg, that was definitely an effort play right there. You talk about that all the time, fighting to get proper position, then slamming home the putback.
Yeah, and if they can maintain this energy level, their lead will be safe.
Man, that is not an easy shot right there. I mean, he had to get it off over a much taller defender.
Yeah, he needed to add just a little more loft on that one because of the size mismatch, and he did it perfectly.
Now, here's Butler. A 20-point game for him in the win against Charlotte.
Yeah, but he was the ultimate two-way player. Defensively, also doing a great job. Couple blocks in that game as well.
The Pacers making a change here. Stevenson's checked in. Five on the clock. Stoudemire kicks to low. Pacers with the rebound.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
No one near Turner as he lets it go. And it's Dang with the rebound.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Good ball movement here by the Heat. Outside Lowry. Launches a three. And another shot. It's laid in by Dang. Dang's got 5 points so far.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin.
Now, here's Stevenson. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Here's Turner. Falls back and drains the fadeaway jumper. 11 points in the game.
And that's his go-to move right there in the low post.
Butler goes in. He's looking for Stoudemire and finds him. Dang gets a wide open look. It's good from long range. Dang's got the lead up to 7 now for the Heat.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
Young dishes to Allen. Now here's Stuckey. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game. Jimmy Butler with the rebound. Butler's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Stevenson. 3 on 3. The shot is off. Good work defensively by Stoudemire. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Miami ahead, up by 7. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, I'm with Eric Spoelstra, and obviously, Coach, some great work tonight on the defensive side of the ball. How does the team's defense play into your offense?
It just energizes us. We have an ignitable group, and that's how we play. So we have to continue to stay the course and try to keep them off the three-point line as best as we can.
Eric, thank you. Kevin, over to you.
Okay, Doris, much appreciated. And now for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. It was a closely contested first quarter for Miami. At the end of the period, they held a 3-point lead. Let's hear from you, Shaq, on the Heat first half.
What stood out to me more than anything else was how hard they got after it on the offensive glass. They were keeping possessions alive and converting those rebounds into points. Take away those extra points, they're not in this position, Ernie.
Kenny, what did you think about Indiana?
Well, they shot under 40% in the first half. There's your deficit. They missed some open looks, wide open. But overall, I thought the offense was stagnant. Look for their coach to draw up some specific plays to try to jumpstart them in the second half.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report as it's just about time for the start of the third quarter.